Everybody, and welcome to Hex Token Channel. Your host Superman in the house, yeah boy. And what day is it today? It's Sunday in good old New Zealand, at the bottom of the world, in the future as well. Don't forget that we're in the future. So big shout out to everybody. It's currently 11:30 a.m. here, 23rd of April, Sunday, and it's I don't know. I think the weather's a little bit rainy-ish, overcast, but we're still smiling because we're in the Pulsechain community and Hex community, and we love it. We love it. So. Keep the smiles up. Let's see who's in the house as well. I guess what time is it in other parts of the world? Let's have a quick look. It is 4:30 in the afternoon. 4:30 in the afternoon in LA. So what's that? The West Coast. And in New York, it is currently 7:30. That's where Sandy, I guess, is up at that sort of area. It is 7:30 in the evening in good old New York on Saturday. So both Saturday in both those places. And if you're in Tokyo, it is what time? 9:30 in the morning today. So it's behind us here in good old New Zealand. At London, what time is it? It is 12:30 in the morning. So very early. People just gone to bed probably, or at least depending on if you're a late sleeper or some people go to sleep at like 8:30 and they get up in the morning at like 4 o'clock, go milk the cows or go running or something like that. So lots of people got different lifestyles. Some people are morning people, some people are night people. Let me know in the chat if you're a morning person or a night person. That's a good question. Let's see who else is in the house here. We've got Lies Beneath. Hello, how are you today? Very good. We've got Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX, and incentive token for the win. 100% Richard Hart tokens. And of course, Hex is going to do pretty well on Pulsechain. I think people will be very surprised. It's all going to be tied together probably with liquidity, and any pump on any of these tokens is going to pump. And Hex, no doubt, we're going to do very well on both chains, Ethereum too, in my view. So it's going to be fun to see that. Who else is in the house there? We've got Thomas Turner. Welcome, Lies, by the way. Thomas Turner in the house there. Evening. Yeah, there's was it evening? Times are coming. Yeah, times are coming. And of course, we're dropping bombs. It's the thumbnail. Pulsechain Mainnet can launch at any time without warning. We're going to go through all of that. So stay tuned. It's coming up. And of course, Magnus in the house. Good to see you, Magnus. Who else? Blobfish King's in there. Good to see you. Sandy Beach. And of course, on the East Coast there, the United States, the USA. Who else is in the house? Thomas Turner says, hey, lady. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. Something like that. We got Blobfish King, so I would love to sneak in a small buy of Hex, but those gas fees, awful Pulsechain, bring it on. You haven't actually looked at the gas fees. Maybe we'll look at that later. The one thing that I was going to say is that I'm looking to pick up some Hex. So if the timing's right, it's going to be good for me. Bring it on. Bring it all I can say. Can't believe we're in the opportunity that we have at the moment. Obviously, gas fees are moving around. Now, I just saw the gas fees here, 49 on a Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday, that's pretty high these days. And we've got, we'll have to have a look to see who's causing all that. Let me just pull it up here. I'm going to pull it up for later, but we've got our usual culprits in there. Let's have a look here. I thought we had some of the new meme coins like Pepe and stuff like that pushing it, but we definitely got a lot of the old favorites there pushing it. We'll have a look at that later on. What else? Let's see who else is in here. We got Thomas Turner, myself just chilling as usual. Nice one, Thomas. It's always good to chill. Who else is in here? We got Ramon. Let's go. 100% Ramon. Let's go. We're waiting patiently for Pulsechain, but does look like it's getting very close after all this time. 2 years into it as well. So it's getting there. Condor, the Hex Files starring Mulder and Scully. I like that. That'd be a good series. Actually, I want to go back and watch that series because I never really watched the full series. I watched episodes here and there. I guess knowing the end of the story doesn't help, although I can't really remember it. So it's probably still worth a watch. Always remember the way in and the way out. Freedom, hashtag freedom. Freedom is important. Stand up for freedom. It's amazing how the West wants to be like the old 100 years ago. We got to protect those freedoms, folks. Sandy Beach yesterday was kind of productive. I got my new crypto laptop out of the box and it's charging now. Sandy, you're like a boss. You're like a boss. Mic drop. Very, very good. Sandy is the ultimate in crypto. Diversified portfolio and all the good stuff there. I'll leave it at that. Sandy Beach in the house. Hello, Hex Token and everybody. PLS as well. Woohoo! Good to see a PLS. We got Russ in as well. Howdy, Hexkins. Good to see you. Condor. Hey, super. Insane in the membrane. It's going to be mayhem. 100%. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Or insane gains. Something like that. AZ's in the house. Great channel. Keep me pumped here in Florida. Hey, nice one. That's great. Florida there. A great state of Florida. And of course, you got the Hex Cruise coming out. Is it a day? Is it a day away, the Hex Cruise? I think it might be a day away. So everyone's going to be heading down there. I don't know how many people, maybe 200 people. I don't know, something like that. So coming out of there, the Hex Cruise is going to be on. Kate Figures in there. I know there's a couple other people that are going to be in there that watch this channel. Hex Force Win is in the house there. One win. Hello from Tucson, Arizona. And good to see Hex Force a win. And a big shout out to Arizona. I do want to go to Arizona some stage. I have been to Florida. I do want to go to Arizona some stage for a visit, you know, like touristy visit. Hexon Choice says, hello, everybody. Good to see Hexon Choice. Who else there? Crypto Tycoon. Hello, Hex Pulse family from sunny Las Vegas. I'm ready for the launch. Nice one. Like that. We're getting ready. That's the key thing. That's a really good piece of advice, actually, Crypto Tycoon. Get yourself ready. If you haven't got your assets on Ethereum, you might miss out on the copy, and you don't want to do that. Richard's given you warnings. You've been in the community. Make sure you've got all your assets there. If you've got stuff on exchanges, get it off. If you've got on other chains and it's not really worth it having on there, get it over to Ethereum and get them all copied over. Then you're going to have more to play with on Pulsechain and more potential gains, mad gains. So definitely good advice there. What else? Magnus is turning in for the evening. Watch tomorrow. Hey, Magnus, we'll catch you on the other side. Archipelago as well. Hi, all. Chicago, 6:30 p.m. here. Morning person for sure. Breakfast is the optimistic meal. Nice one there. The breakfast is very important. Paula Shea in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see you. And Cess as well. Woohoo! Pulsechain V4, it is out. Now, I've done quite a few videos in the last couple of days. If you want to check them out, we did a beginner's video yesterday. We pretty much covered most things yesterday. We did the official Pulse Ramp bridge. Put timestamps on it all so you can step through that. There's all the links in the video description, so it's all there for you. And you can just work through it in your own time and be entertained. Be entertained. Are you not entertained? Something like that. And you can get into that while you're learning it. And yeah. Dave Down Under says on holidays, but still catching up with the Hex token. Nice, Dave. You got your priorities right there. I don't know who this is. Who is that? Let me have a look there. Let me just scroll back up here. Who is that in the chat? There's here. Let me have a look here. I'm not sure what that is, where that came from. We've got, who else there? Spike's in the house there. It's good to see you, Spike. Shout out from West Texas. Nice one. Yeah, I want to go to Texas too. Now, I have flown, I think, to the airport in Texas, and that's it. Is it Dallas, Texas? Yeah, I flew to the airport at Dallas, but that's it. I just flew there and then went. I think I flew there from LA to New York, and or it was one way, either going there or going back. I can't remember now. But yeah, I've only been to LA, and I stayed at one of those cringy airports, LA airports, because they had to put us up overnight or something because of a delay or something, and they put us in one of those cringy bad movie type of hotels around the airport there. Man, it was crappy. And I felt like I was in a bad movie, and I was with that was bad. Anyway, so we're what else did we do? I've been, so then we went to Dallas airport. So I only went to the airport there, went to airport LA. I did do overnight. We did do a tourist thing through the Hollywood. So on one of those vans, you got a van and went with a bunch of other people around Hollywood. So looked at some Hollywood star houses or something. And I think we went to the Chinese theater as well. So we did do a bit of that. And then, of course, I did go to New York. I spent a day in New York. I wasn't very well, unfortunately. So that was a bit, didn't get to enjoy it as you normally would. But I did go on the horse carts through New York's park there on the horse, horse and buggy. And that was fun. That was actually really fun. And I went to a few other things as well. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, but I was very sick at the time. I didn't realize how sick I was. Then, of course, I went to Florida, stayed in Florida. So that's it. I think that's it, actually. Oh, no, North Carolina. I went to a wedding in North Carolina, and that was in a separate trip. So there's what, 5 states and Hawaii. I went to the airport of Hawaii, so that's 6 states. That makes 6. Yeah, that's all up. I had to go through the inventory. Once I started, I had to finish it. Acapella guest, thanks. And Tim is in there. Mainnet going to be awesome. I think so. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. And everybody that's following closely are going to have the advantage. Superman has been streaming late. Make sure you have your notifications on. Let's go, 100%, Katie. That's for that second one, yeah. That's because we've had so much extra work on with the pulse ramps, everything launching in the ecosystem. JB is in the house there. Hey, everybody, hit the likes. Definitely smash the likes. And Thomas Turner says, help put more in thoughts on launch. Hit that like button. Definitely smash that like button. Katie says, Los Angeles is horrible. Stay away. Yeah. Katie's in there. Katie's in LA, so he's speaking from experience. Are you ready to rumble? Don't get caught lacking because you won't be stacking. Nice one there, Christian. That's good advice. Good advice indeed. Sandy says, I want to go to Rodeo Drive. Yeah, I must have been to there. That's part of the Hollywood tour, I'm pretty sure. Must have been to that. Is that where the fancy shops are? Yeah, but I definitely went to the fancy shops in LA there. You know, where Pretty Woman. I'm pretty sure it must have been where Pretty Woman was filmed. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's get into the live stream. And, of course, we're going to kick off with the main topic. Pulsechain Mainnet can launch at any time without warning. So if you saw my video the other day, I did Pulsechain Alpha. So that was addressing a lot of the questions that are out there. Is there going to be a V5? Is there what else is it going to be? V5? Is there going to what was the other questions in that video? I can't even remember now. I'm mind freeze. Anyway, I answered a number of questions in that video, and you can check that out, even though I've mind blanked on that. Now, one thing is to say that the final question was that it can launch at any time now. So we're really getting close to Pulsechain Mainnet, and we're going to look at the evidences for that today. So I hope you guys enjoy that. All right, let's get into it. Richard Hart posted this. Now, this was way back on the 27th of March. It had 862,000 views. That was the 27th of March. And, of course, this was Richard saying, this is your warning that Pulsechain and Pulsex can launch at any time now without warning. And that's one of two, I think, tweets that he's done, at least, maybe even three on this. But this is your warning that Pulsechain and Pulsex can launch at any time now without warning. Obviously, we've had V4 as well with the inflation upgrades since that time. But the warning still stands, right? Can launch at any time without warning. So that is the tweet there. So I'm going to post that actually in the video, in the chat there, just so you guys can have it. You can go to it and bam. Rizology says no warnings. Absolutely no warnings indeed. And of course, there is the link to that tweet. So that is the tweet there. I'm going to get rid of that tweet now. But that is the warning. It can launch at any time now without warning, especially now we've got V4 up and running. We've got the Pulse ramp up. That was the final piece of the puzzle. Now, we've obviously got US dollars got to come through Pulsex. We'll look at that later. That's still to flow through. But, you know, basically people are testing. People are giving feedback to the devs like Bretep or Brett Paulson. So they're getting, you know, constructive feedback, not on mostly the chain, I would imagine, but just on, you know, peripheral issues is my guess that's happening most of the time. So it's really are getting close to it. So that is the warning there. That was on the 27th of May. And building on this theme that Pulsechain can launch at any time without warning, we had Richard provide an update on April the 6th. And of course, people see, this is what he said here, people see that V4 and think, oh my God, when mainnet? The answer is sooner than it's ever been before. So they're just building on that thing. We are getting closer and closer, and it could launch without warning, but we don't know. We'll see what Richard does with his gamification. He is great at this messing with the market and trying to get the best result out of the market. And may not be what you think is the best result, but what he thinks is the best result overall. So we'll see how that plays out at the moment. So that is Richard. That was on the 6th of April. So it was only a little while later after that first tweet. And let's have a look at the next tweet. Now, the next tweet's not from Richard. I'm going to post this one in the chat there as well if you want to get a copy of that and save it to your favorites. Bam. Let's push that in there. Let's go. There it is there. Lol. All right, so that is it. And, of course, that was pretty bullish. And then we got this tweet today. This tweet is fresh, hot off the press. This tweet is today, but it's from Gamma, Pulsechain dev who's specializing in the validator side. And, of course, Goldkey says, can someone please answer this question about Pulsechain Mainnet launch, please? And Danny, a.k.a. Grandpapa Tang, a.k.a. Monkey, whatever that name is. I don't know why they want super long names. The real question is, will there be a warning before Pulsechain Mainnet, though? And, of course, we know Richard's already signaled that back in March and built on that thing. Gamma Op says, you've replies to him. you got your warning already. You've got your warning already. Yeah, definitely a big day, a deal there. We know there's going to be no V5, and V4 was the final upgrade. Had to change the Genesis block there to allow that nice increase in APR for validators. Now you got your warning already. Richard has given us the warning. In fact, he's had to give us at least 2 or 3 tweets about that, and I show you one of those already. So that is the big upside there. So Pulsechain Mainnet can launch without anytime without warning, and we've been given the warnings. So people have been told. Wales done told you. Richard Hart done told you. Gamma Devs done told you. So that's pretty much it on that one. So there we are. I had to pull out the old Wales done told you. I had to pull that out. All right, so let's move on to the building on that. So that's only 8 hours ago, that update there from Gammas. So you've got your warning already. We know that pretty much Pulsechain Testnet V4 ecosystem is up and running. Now, project teams like Liquid Loans and others are racing to get on there and test, and they want that testnet probably to stay up for a long time so they can do other upgrades or other testings, things like that is my guess. So they want validators on the Testnet V4, and they want validators to go on mainnet. So that's the indication there from Bretep, one of the other Pulsechain devs who we comment, show up a lot of times. So that's very important there. So that's kind of bullish. Let's look at the team. The team has been working hard. So let's have a quick look at that. We've got 3 commas in there, 22nd of April. Bretep there is the 22nd of April as well. So it's actually Brett Paulson there, but Bretep, we can just short name that. A Gamma in there on the 21st. Who else has jumped in here? Richard Hart was the 21st. Space Ghost was the 21st there. And SJB the 22nd there. So, all working pretty hard there. Now, obviously, it's the weekend now, so hopefully they're taking a little bit of time off. But that's on the Pulsechain group. Let's go to the Pulsex group. And the Pulsex group there, we had 3 commas on the 22nd. Agris on the 21st. Brett Paulson on the April 22nd. Hines on the April 22nd. Lucas on the April 22nd, and Richard Hart on the 21st of April. So, they've been working pretty tirelessly, obviously, and, Pulsechain Mainnet can launch anytime. Obviously, they're going to probably spend a little bit of time doing the testing, right? So it's probably, when we say within a few weeks, and not so much the meme 2 weeks anymore, but legitimately potentially within a few weeks. So we'll see how we get on there. Could launch at any time. Now, we're going to look at some of the evidence for that. So there we are. This is Pulsechain Testnet V4 up at the moment. And of course, we've been looking at all the performance of this. And we can see that the Validator Beacon Explorer is up there. The Faucet's up there. The staking is up there. The bridge is up there. And the Pulsex is up there. It's all up and loaded. We've also got the Block Scout Explorer here. And when this is kind of shows you the performance. So we've had how many on Pulsechain V4? 18,734 transactions on the 21st. We've got 10.5 second block times at the moment, targeting 10 seconds, of course. We're slowly increasing the wallet addresses with the indexing. And you can see all the transactions going on here, ticking away with all the transactions. So it's moving along pretty nicely. We've got all the access to all the other parts of the ecosystem here with the Beacon Explorer. So we're going to quick look at that. And we can see we're up to 4,285 validators now, and that's really, really cool. So we start off at 4,096. And so we got this language that we're getting familiar with. We got epochs, slots, and blocks, and of course transactions inside the blocks. That's your blockchain. Just like Ethereum, we've got our own version of this Beacon Explorer. And you can see that we started off with that 4,096. So in every epoch, you have 32 slots. They're running at 10-second slot times, which means it's about 5 minutes and 33 seconds per epoch. But every slot needs 128 validators. So you times 32 times 128, that gives you 496. So that's kind of your starting validators, and that's what the team has started with. Since that time, of course, we've seen a big jump in independent validators jumping on there. We're going to have a look. Yesterday, we had a look at a few of those independent validators yesterday. We're going to have a look at a few more. So we looked at Hodl Dog and some other random person yesterday. We're going to have a look at some more today that are validating too, which is pretty cool. So now we've climbed all the way up to 4,283. So, it's almost at almost another 200 there validators come online, which is pretty cool. We've got 21 pending validators as well. So 20 pending validators ready to go active. So that's going to climb over 4,300. So very, very nice on that. So it's just ticking away there, and we need more and more validators. That's what we need, more and more. So that's very important that we head towards that for sure. Let's quickly go to the other page. Of course, we also have the Become a Validator, which takes us to the launchpad for validating. Now, we saw that APR after we had V4 uploaded. We had the APR was sitting at 35%, and I believe it was 0.2% before that in V3. So it moved up to 35%. Obviously, as more validators come in, they're sharing their block rewards on average as they get pulled into validate a block and more cycles through. And that's sitting at 19.4% now at the moment, which is very attractive. And so obviously, as more validators coming in, that will tend to go down. And of course, Richard gave us those early numbers that if there were 40,000 validators, another about 10x here, we might get down to 3.5% on the APR is probably where they were. But he sort of said 40,000, 3% APR. So that will take some time, obviously, to ramp up to that sort of 10x validators. But we're already starting off with a pretty good amounts, particularly compared to a lot of other chains. So that's kind of good news there. So that is kind of where we are. We're ticking over on that on Pulsechain, and the performance looks pretty good to me. So yeah, we're doing pretty well there. And another way of looking at that is by looking at the gas prices. Obviously, we've got nice low gas. So since it launched back here, we've had the gas has been pretty low, about 1.5 gwei per hour. So it's just ticking up. I think those are hourlies, yeah, ticking over there. And of course, the actual blocks, epochs, and slots are ticking over as well. We can see they look like they're performing pretty well. Green, green, green across the screen. That's going to be a good sign. So everything's looking pretty good. That builds on our theme of Pulsechain Mainnet can launch at any time without warning. So obviously they're taking any feedbacks on any issues, but that is very, very cool. All right, so that is some of the cool stuff happening. Now, I pulled up some random validators that have been, in addition to yesterday's ones we covered. It's really cool to see people jumping onto the scene, right, and doing validators. This one here is from Tango. Tango says the Pulsechain validators work set up for now, moving soon, so we'll make it much cleaner after that. So this is a setup for his validator, and looking like a boss, man. He's got these really cool screens, wraparound screens. He's got obviously the Explorer here, the Block Scout. We just looked at that ourselves. He's got the Beacon Explorer here for validators. We just saw that ourselves. We just looked at these screens. And then down the bottom, down here, he's got his validator loaded up there, ticking away with the blocks and stuff like that, I guess is what's happening there. So nice on the sync. So looking pretty cool. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's Tango. So I love these stories, right? They're a bit like the stories early days. I was a validator early on. You know, it's a bit like that. So cool. So we're moving away from a narrative. You know, back in Hex, we had the narrative, oh yeah, I was on day one AA lobby. I was this and that. And now we got this new story, this new narrative coming up where people are saying, yeah, I was a validator on the test nets. I was a validator in the chain. You can imagine these stories in the future. People go, oh man, yeah, these are the OGs and they're validating up there. I earned all this pulse doing validating. It was a bit of a risk at the first, but now it's like really amazing and pulse is up and all that sort of stuff. So you can imagine these stories in the future. It's pretty cool. Katie's in there goes, damn, that's a sexy setup. So that's pretty funny there. So cool. Tango says the nuke is connected to the bottom monitor via HDMI, so I can swap over to it, plus use the ThinkPad for the mouse and keyboard. So there we are. That's a little bit alpha there. Now, another one that popped up here is also Rigby here. So Ridgy, I guess they say it. 10 Pulsechain Testnet V4 validators running. 10 of them, folks. And of course, you can set that up on a computer, have quite a few. I think Gamma said that you could have like 200 to 300 on a decent computer setup. So yeah, if you've got enough pulse, of course, you can have the pulse. You have 32 million pulse per solo validating to do that deposit. So we have seen a validator do 100. I'm not sure if that's Hot Dog actually. Hot Dog said he had 2, but we have seen a validator do 100. And put the deposit of 3.2 billion. We saw that yesterday. So cool. We can actually see that on the Explorer as well, where it just jumps up pretty dramatically. Now, 10 Pulsechain Testnet V4 validators running, 10 more pending. So 20. They're going to get that pulse, man. These guys are playing the big game there. LFG, and of course, look at that. Even got the label there on the computer with a transparent screen there. Pulsechain.com, nice. And I got their computer set up there. Very, very cool. So I thought that was pretty badass. as well. Now, I'm going to post the copy of that tweet in there if you want to go check that out. That's pretty cool. So definitely something you could consider looking at too. Obviously, there's a capital cost, getting some PC. But if you follow RH Max or if you follow David Feder or somebody like that, you can, or Gamma, you can look at the right computer requirements as well. So that's kind of cool too. So you can do all that sort of stuff. What else there? Let's have a look here. Bam. All right, let's see what else we got going. We've got some more comments. So those are some of the cool things that are popping up with the validators, and I think that's such a good story. It's such a part of this early story, so I think that's really cool. Yeah, very, very neat there. So let's see who's got comments in the chat here. Just going to go through a few of these before we keep moving on with the update around Pulsechain. We've got more content to come. So let's just take a little breather here. Let's see here. JB says smash the likes, definitely. Do that. Let's jump into some of this. Christian says, you're ready to rumble, but don't get caught lacking because you got me stacking. I love that. That's a good phrase there. Tim's in house there says, shout out to KDP for keeping us all updated. Yeah, on Twitter, she's doing a great job, along with Havida and our very own Sandy Beach, who's in there too, rising influencer on Twitter. So big shout out to the ladies out there. Archipelago says, it's David. It's awesome. David Feder is selling valid hardware now. Oh, cool. I actually hadn't caught up with that, so that's really cool. David Feder doing that. So just jump into David Feder then and have a look at David Feder and see whether he's got any updates. I actually haven't checked his to see if he's got anything. I've created validatorstore.com, so if you're in need of hardware to be a validator, you can get it all in one place directly from me, which is pretty cool. You support David Feder and you can get all your gear pretty easy. I'll make a video tomorrow about it. I just wanted to get it out there for early adopters. Nice. That's really cool. So I'm going to retweet that and we'll paste that. We'll add this to useful links as well. Thanks, Archipelago, for adding that in. Bam. So cool. There, that's the link. Let me just push that down. You can see that link there. That is it there. Bam, bam, bam. All right. So cool. If you want to get some hardware and set it up yourself, then that's one place you can go to get get it all easier, make it easier for you. They have scripts as well to script you through it. So it makes it a lot easier to pick it all up. So thanks for that, Archipelago. No warnings, Briz says. Yes, indeed, no warnings. I like that. Who else has jumped in here? Sticks in house as well. Past snapshots in crypto. Is there an average, i.e. most snaps are 2 weeks before? There's going to be a block height. We don't know. It's going to be post-Shanghai. So that was one of the questions we had in our Pulsechain Alpha. It's going to be post-Shanghai, so it's going to have the pulse withdrawals, which is awesome. So we're going to have the complete system by the time Pulsechain launches. It's going to be so good. So looks going to be some fork block soon in the future, is my guess. Could be within the next few weeks if we get that launch. What else? Check my post. Good evening, Hexkins. Nice. Check my pulse is leaving in 7 hours for Florida. Hex Cruise, here we come. Indeed, indeed. It looks going to be awesome. Check my pulse. Say hello to Kate Fugger, by the way, and have a few cocktails and dreams. It's going to be a lot of fun there. And if you can post any pictures or anything like that in our Discord, that'd be really, really, really great. We appreciate that. Links in the video description. Have fun, check mix. Yes, hashtag jealous. We're all jealous. We don't say it out loud, but I just did. But you get my point. Joey's in the house there. Hi. Good to see you, Joey. And LS says, yo, we're getting close. We are getting close for sure. Take a lot of pictures. Nice one, Sandy. We're thinking the same. You and I. Thinking the same. They get some pictures, gets that into the Discord. Tim's in the house says, looking forward to seeing RH get full vindication from all haters. He must be buzzing, seeing everything come together 100%. And you got the devs being very bullish online, like Gamma, like Brett or Brett Paulson. So it's pretty cool. Humberto says, yo, cheers family, sunny Miami. Good to see you, Humberto. We're just talking about the Hex Cruise going out of sunny Miami in a day. And so exciting. RH is good money with me, says Christian, 100%. Who else is in here? Let's jump through here. Christian says Power City is coming with the heat. Yeah, Power City is going to roll out a lot of products. Their roadmap is progressing very well. And of course, Portal X is out and the core is on the testnet. We've played around both of those. I actually did my first Portal X trade on a DGN wallet the other day, which is pretty cool. Will DAI be the stablecoin of Pulsechain? It appears to be so, Tim. So it is the one being used. It's the one that's the Sacrifice wallet now is dominated by DAI. I'm just taking a ballpark number. I think it's 85% or more. I haven't done a full reconciliation, but I did a partial reconciliation, and it used to be in 51% in DAI. Now it's majority in 85 or more in DAI. Last time I checked. The other thing, of course, is the bridge is in DAI as well, using DAI to come over from the Superior Test Network. So yeah, DAI, and of course DAI is also the farming pool as well. So yeah, it looks like DAI is the winning stable there. All right, Christian says liquid loans coast fiat Texan. Yeah, all know. Nice one, Christian. What else there? Let's jump over here. Do you need a update GPU card to be a validator? Don't know. You're gonna have to follow the Dave Fetter and get some update from there. You just don't know if you need an update GPU. You just need the right amount of data there. We do have it on the GitLab, so we can look at that. Let's do that while we're here. Just a question. And go Pulse. I think it's on here. And it's on the Go Pulse. Oh no. Let's go back. It's under here, Pulsechain testing. It does have this here. I know the guys have been playing around with it, like Dave Feather, and they've been playing around with different hardware. But here is hardware. It says fast CPU with 4 cores or more, 16 gigabyte or plus RAM, 1 terabyte free storage for full node, 15 terabyte free storage for archive node. So after this is sort of the basic guide. But then, of course, you can go to Dave Fetter or RH Max. They'll probably have some tweaks on this, depending on what you're running as well with the execution clients. So, yeah, I haven't run one yet, but I may run one for mainnet. I may be looking at that myself in the future, but not quite. I'm not doing one on Testnet at the moment. That's why I'm not doing videos on it. All right, so let's see here. What else we got going? Crypto NFW. How much is one pulse when we see the process? It's going to be 0. It's going to start with 0 crypto NFT, and then the market will decide. That's probably the best way of answering that. Tim says Motley is running a UPS in case of power outage. Nice. That's cool. Who else has jumped in here? Little markup on Feder spec. Glad Minds learning. I applaud him. Yeah, he's doing a great job there. Taking good opportunity too. Watch out that GitLab watching that GitLab like a hawk, says Astro. Wise there. That's pretty wise of you. Hex and Troy says it's what I see on Dev Telegram. Everything is looking good. It's been more of helping validators. I haven't seen any reports of fixes recently. I say 5 to 7 days is the earliest for the launch. Yeah, I'm kind of picking, if we're going to have the earliest as a launch, I'm kind of picking the 6th or 7th, which is the weekend coming up in May. That would kind of be the earliest time. Now, I'm still got my expected time frame as being June. But look, the way things are ramping up now and the evidence, it could be much earlier than that. So if it is that early, I kind of feel like 6th or 7th is the earliest. Have had a dev sort of indicate that they have a source that tells them that it could be within this time frame. So, we'll see. We're getting different feeds, different intel feeds there. So we'll see how we go. But it's definitely getting very close. 6.51 Hex Petitia on the payout. Yeah, nice. Who else is in here? Toby One. What's up, y'all? Good to see Toby One. Toby One been on a few. I think you're on doing his price updates. If you want to get some price updates around Hex, Toby One's been doing that regularly on Twitter. And I thought he was also on Crypto Cabana the other day as well, I think. I watched a little bit of that. So I think I saw Toby One on there. Big shout out. Humberto says, I'm looking forward to PortalX. That's an awesome talk. Well, it's already out, Humberto. PortalX is already out. But it's going to have Pulsechain on it too when it goes live. So you can already do stuff on there. Over 30 chains already on there. And it seemed to be working pretty well to me. I've only done one trade though. I only done one trade, but it worked perfectly well. So it was kind of cool. It was cross-chain too. It was a cross-chain transfer. It wasn't just on-chain. How much was Pulsechain at the SAC then? 0001 was the average SAC rate, the medium SAC rate. Obviously, at the early days, then it gets more expensive as you go. It was increasing at 5% per day. What else? We got a few others here. Sandy Bitches, but some bigger SACs got lower due to multipliers. Yeah. So they got much lower. That was the average mean SAC. They got much lower. They got 4 zeros 4 zeros 1, I think, was pretty close. 4.012. What else? Who else is in here? Toby wants, is anyone besides Fed offering out of the box validators? Alex, get one out yet? Yeah, we don't know. Alex is obviously doing a lot of stuff around there. Hoping he's going to be doing the fork of the protocol. I always forget the name of the protocol. I don't know why. Let's pull up CoinGecko and have a quick look at that. I'm just going to remind myself what it's called again. Rocket Pool, yeah. So I don't know why I keep forgetting the name Rocket Pool, but Rocket Pool is he put a call out to the community saying should I fork the Rocket Pool, and of course we want to get stuff that we want to get delegated options, not just valid options. So delegated options like Rocket Pool, Lido, things like that would be really, really cool. These could end up being some of the biggest TVL locked in the Pulsechain as they are on Ethereum. So if you go to DeFi Llama, this is a bit of a sidetrack now, but if you go to DeFi Llama, and should we go by chain? I think so. Let's go chains, and let's pick up the Ethereum chain. We can see the top TFIs on that are Lido, TVL 11.5 billion locked in Lido, liquid staking. We've got, who else is in here? We've got Rocket Pool down here, liquid staking, 1.4 billion almost locked in there. So cool. There's obviously centralized exchanges doing stuff like Coinbase. That's some of the options here. So pretty cool. Stake wise, I think that, yeah, stake wise, liquid staking, stake hound, liquid staking. I'm not sure if they're all validating, but those are definitely protocols that are doing liquid staking there. Then you have centralized staking and stuff like that. So there's lots of different providers, and we should see that flourish, right? You can see, if you see the TVL locked in, 29 billion locked in on the Ethereum chain, you can imagine that Pulsechain wants to get all these, right? All these TVLs. We want all these projects either forked over or coming over and supporting Pulsechain. And of course, we'll probably get most of these forked is probably what we're going to have. So we've got Aave forked with the Fiat protocol. We've got, obviously, we're going to have our new swap with Pulsex. So we've got that. And if Alex does Rocket Pool, we're going to get that over. You can see we're really getting in the 1 billions or plus. We've already got a few of those already. So that's kind of cool. I'm just scrolling down here. Some of the other cool ones here. So all the ones that are not being pulled over, really cool. We've got heaps of NFT marketplaces, so we're going to have plenty of those. Obviously, Blur here, NFT marketplace, but we're going to have plenty of those with obviously Mintra, How to Pulse, and Power Cities NFT marketplace. So there's going to be plenty of those. What else is in here? Yeah, so looking for. I thought GMX would be up here higher. Oh, is there liquidity up here? I can't remember where liquidity is. Liquidity up here? I'm not sure. There's liquidity there. So we've got liquidity there. Liquidity is number 13 on Ethereum. So that's 734 million locked there. So it's just under the billion mark. But we've got two forks of that, right? We've got Liquid Loans and we've got Power City, both doing Pulse and Pulsex. So you can see how we have really got a lot of these locked up, but we do need a lot of these delegating liquid staking provisions. They're going to pop up. Maybe Alex McFerter will set those up. So that's kind of cool. So you can see we're slowly ticking through these top TVLs, because if we're going to, try and get the valuation of Ethereum or whatever that ends up being, then we need to get these protocols so that people can, flow through into these protocols, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I thought we had GMX. We've got GMX, of course, which is margin trading with the Phantasma team. Is it famous team? Sorry, famous team. Phantasma, famous team. I'm pretty sure that's down here somewhere. Can't be there. It's got to be up here somewhere, does it? Anyway, I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere. I just can't see it. All right, cool. This is what happens when you're live streaming sometimes. All right, so that's kind of cool. Validator store. So this is hot off the press, and so that's kind of neat. Validator store, be your own blockchain validator at home. So nice initiative from David, designed for Pulsechain Ethereum, a mini validator kit. So kind of cool. It's got all the details there. 64 gigabyte of RAMs, portable USB, wireless keyboard, mouse. How to order mini validator kit, price 2,000 USDC. ETH mainnet only. So there's a few things in there. You can check that out for yourself. I will post David's link there if you want to check it out. He's going to do some videos as well. RH Max is another one. So Dave Feder, Alex Max, Alex McFeder possibly, and was it Jexa from the old Liquid Loans team, definitely out there as well. All right. Humberto says, on my way down to Panama tomorrow, meeting out with Randy Alaska. Exciting times. Oh, that's so awesome, Humberto. Hashtag jealous. Say hello to Randy from the rest of us, eh? Humberto, that'd be really cool. And have a great time. He's a great guy. So I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. Can we delegate a validator? Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about with the Alex McFeder, sitting with Rocket Pool there, things like that. Brazil says, I don't think that is a thing anymore with the new protocol. It's not directly. You can't do it directly, so you can't stake directly now. But if people do these third-party protocols, then definitely should be able to do something like that, where if someone does the hardware side and you participate in the immutable contract there. Obviously, you want a trusted provider. Is probably the other side of that. All right. Yeah, Briz, yeah, I know. I'm just curious what out there. Doubt I'll mess it with it, though. I have bulletproof connection and even a whale house generator for Mike Graham's. Nice. So I'll be set to choose there. Very, very cool. There are the specs for hardware requirements. A nice one there, Toby one. You guys checked that out too. What else? Let's jump through some of that. I think we're almost up to date. Thomas says, for the elders, my Gateway 2000 was able to earn. Nice one. That's what happens when you don't wear your glasses. Now, I could use this computer to do that, but I just don't have the memory. I'd have to build up, get a bigger hardware memory because it's just not big enough on this computer. All right, so cool. I think we've gone through all that. Let's jump through. Very, very cool on that one. I'm going to save that one myself. And of course, we're having third-party protocols. We know Liquid Loans. I posted that 2 days ago. They're going to ramp up to get on Testnet V4. We've got Joe Blau here, a Pulsechain in the community there, also building out his own protocol, Phoenix. I don't believe he used to work for what was the car company? Some car company. I've just forgotten the name now. What's the one where I can't even remember it now. Damn it, you guys, I got a mind freeze again. But he's I just got to remember that. But he's pretty much built this out. So he's already launched this on a Pulsechain Testnet V4, the Phoenix protocol. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. I think it's the 12th of May or something like that, or 9th, 12th of May, something like that. It's going to be launching. So people can play around with that too. So people are going to be paid. That's going to probably be a pretty big protocol. You have to burn Zen for that, and then you get the Phoenix token. So that's definitely been up on Pulsechain Testnet V3, so you can actually play with that now. Here it is here on the dashboard. We have a quick look at that. So there are more protocols jumping onto this and using Testnet V3, which is pretty cool. People will be able to burn their stake their tokens and get rewards. They have a flush reward every 13 weeks where there's a copy. So as soon as you go in, there's a copy of that. And it's kind of a way of incentivizing. So it's going to be interesting to see that play out. It's a hybrid amongst the multiple different staking protocols. It's not just one protocol, so it's a bit of a hybrid. So I think there's like 4 or 5 protocol best features that have been taken into this. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be interesting. Welcome to crypto. So that is pretty much that. So we're going to see other protocols coming on. I'm not sure if Liquid Loans is actually up yet. Let's have a quick look at Liquid Loans, see if that's actually running yet. Because they were trying to ramp up there. We saw crypto crazy. Talk about that. Yeah, so it doesn't appear. What chain am I on? I'm on the right chain. Yeah, so it doesn't appear to be active yet, but that's going to be coming up pretty soon with the V4. So they must be getting pretty close. All right. So moving to Pulsex, obviously. Pulsex here. We got a 1.47 burn already. I actually got a bounty earlier before live stream. I claimed a bounty because I thought if I don't, then probably Brennan's going to get it for me. So it's kind of hilarious. And so yeah, I claimed a bounty. It was actually a couple of bucks, so it was not too bad. It was a couple of bucks. I'll take it. It's a coffee. It's a coffee there. See, I bought this coffee with it of Pulsex, thanks to the bounty. It's a bounty Pulsex. I'm just kidding, but that's pretty cool. Anyway, so let's go to the trades at the moment to see what the ratio is. 3.47, one pulse to Pulsex. Oh, 4.14. Just got pumped. Someone just pumped the ratio there. One pulse is 4.14. So there we are. Just got pumped. You see that in the chart? I hope you guys can. And yeah, it had been sort of chilling around at 3.6 but before that it was around 3.28, which is kind of hilarious. Let's see if we got more data than a day, because it was struggling to show us more data yesterday. Let's see if I can do it today. Okay, that's not having fun with that, but it's probably populate probably tomorrow or something. It's having struggles with that. Someone just pumped it though, 4.13. So if you are wanting, if you got all your Pulsex and you did the sacrifice or something, or you get Pulsex, you want to swap into Pulse, it's going to cost you a bit more here. Now there's only testnet, remember. I think mainnet's going to be far more crazy on this ratio. But it's going to be pretty interesting. Now there are people with different theories. There's a 1-to-1 theory. There's probably on testnet we've probably seen what we'd say a 3-to-1 on all the testnets. Mostly it'll probably be a 3-to-1. We'll see how that goes on the day. We do know a lot of people want a ratio trade in the Pulse. They missed our Pulse sacrifice, so that is definitely a case. And that's a in terms of wallets, it's like a 3-to-1, a 3.5-to-1. So we'll see what happens there. But there's people that want to go the other way, right? So if they if the ratio goes really crazy, there'll be people willing to swap their Pulse if they can get a lot of Pulsex on the craze of people going in one way. They'll definitely happen there, so it'll be interesting. So kind of cool. Let's go to the farms. We're going to jump into the farms here. Now, you guys know from my video yesterday when I went through the bridge and did some farming, we put all these farms up yesterday. The APR has gone down dramatically since we were there. And was it at $3.3 billion yesterday liquidity? It's now at 8.5. So I'm pretty sure it was 3.3 billion yesterday, somewhere in that ballpark. It's now at 8.5 billion. So it's actually people flooded the capital in there and so on. So we're going to harvest. We've got $40 to harvest of our incentive tokens. We're going to do that live and harvest that. Why not? And bam. So cool. Remember, we're earning fees on the underlying liquidity, but we also got the earning this incentive token on the LP, which represents the ownership of that liquidity. So we're double earning here, which is kind of cool. $40. That was in one night. Thank you very much. I can get a dinner for that. It's like a restaurant, isn't it? Maybe. Prices are so high now. I'm not sure what it costs to go to a restaurant. Probably $150, is it? I don't know. Depends where you're going, I guess. So we've just harvested that. We've also got the second one here. The APR was, what is it, up by 1,200, 1,100% yesterday. It's down to 630% now. And yesterday we had, 500 million in the liquidity. It's now 2 billion. So it's gone up there quite a bit there. So it's a 4x, pretty crazy. And we've got $132 though. So that was a payoff. That paid off there. We got $132. So incentive tokens, we'll take that. Thank you very much. We're going to hodl it. We're going to hodl it because we know that people are going to come in and speculate on this. All the liquidity farmers are going to come in and they're going to want to get this incentive token. All the speculators are going to come in speculating that the liquidity providers want to get all these tokens. We're going to hodl dog this. We've got a decreasing mission curve and we're going to hodl our incentive token. And we're going to wait for that to go up. Now, obviously, we're going to probably wait a day or two. So we've got those rewards. It's gone to the wallet. We're probably going to wait a day or two for the prices to show up here. But definitely people are trading there and you can bridge over US dollars. So that's pretty cool. Now let's get over to the final wrap up. Just make sure I'm up here. Final wrap up here is Coast, which is one of our pivotal parts of the ecosystem. This part of Richard Hart's vertical integration is having a stable coin and of course on-ramp, off-ramp, particularly on-ramp, off-ramp there. It's part of the vertical integration for Richard Hart's. And of course, Coast is providing part of that solution at this stage. And of course, Coast has been giving us lots of updates here. They seem like they are getting really close. They had their final accreditation there or compliance with the bank. If you remember yesterday, we talked about that. So they've been providing us more updates today. So yesterday they said for those wanting to visualize how initial alpha version of our fiat on-ramp will work on Ethereum, final compliance is done. Will be very similar to our fiat-backed stablecoin CST. Now, remember they did the poll, and I'm pretty sure PUSD won the poll, the community poll, but it looks like they've defaulted back to their CST here. So I think that they're just doing their own thing now. So it does look like CST is going to be the stable coin. So that's kind of cool. Let's give a little like to that. What else there? We've got some more up here. They're giving us this updated map of the of their updates. So not only are they coming to Ethereum first with, I believe, USDC, and then Pulsechain with their own stablecoin CST. So we should see a lot of peers start jumping up with that. Our goal is to make it easy for economic energy to flow into Hex and Pulsechain across the world. Excuse me. But let me explain this process. And here is the map. So US and UK, we know, are coming first. And then, of course, looks like they've got Canada, a couple countries in Africa there, and sorry, it's Latin America there. I said Africa, Latin America. My bad. That was an accident. Don't clip that out and retweet. That was an accident there. So we've got some countries in Latin America there, and then of course we've got Australia as well. So Australia's there as well, is coming in next, and then we've got other countries in Europe. We've got Mexico. We've got what's that place there? Is it Indonesia? Somewhere like Philippines, something like that. So cool. Philippines, I think it's Philippines. So we'll check that out. All right, so that is kind of cool. We're expanding. We're not a money transmitter. We sit outside the flow of funds at all times. So you got your personal bank account, your digital account, and your self-custody wallet. Obviously, the only really middleman is the bank. So the coast itself is not a middleman, not a custodial as such. There's, of course, a money transmitter, and that is our banking partner. They have MTLs that allow them to accept customers across the globe in almost all states in the US. A little tricky with New York, SD, and HI. Yeah, I don't know what those are actually in the US. Just trying to think. Let me know what SD and HI are in the US states. Just trying to think what they are live here. We work together with them to ensure our product platform, which acts like largely like a DApp, linking them to you, is compliant with regulatory legislation and case law in each country that protects us all, users in particular. When we add a new country, our legal team researches the current regulations law in the country. This can be a variety of clarity, sometimes requiring translation into English. Our product is innovative, which means we need to explain it to and educate the various international regulatory bodies. And this is formalized via legal opinion letter outlining our product in the context of their laws specifically. And we then wait for a response from them. Technically, we don't need to do this to offer our service in a new country, but by doing so, we are setting a high standard of communication and protecting both our user base and our banking partner. Means that you can be confident when your country comes online, it stays online. And you can imagine all this takes money and time, and the traditional system doesn't move at the speed of DeFi. So if your country isn't currently approved, it doesn't mean we don't value you and plan to bring our product to your nation. We want to win with everyone. So that is kind of cool update. Could you do New Zealand team? Now, this Kiwi Boss Hex, that's funny. Of course, when I retire to New Zealand, I will want to use it. That's hilarious. All right, so kind of cool. That's good updates there from the Coast team. They're on their own on-ramp and stablecoin. Kind of cool. So that is pretty much that on there. We're going to get into the next part of the live stream, the second part of the live show. We're up to an hour 53 minutes, so we're not doing too bad. And let's get back into the chat and catch up on a couple of these. So pretty bullish. You can see everything's coming together. Pulsechain ecosystem, Pulsechain dApps, project teams. Some people would say there's up to 170 now. And so, yeah, it's that's all coming together. You can see it. It's pretty key. Who else has got here? Let me just go up to the top here. Boom, 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 boom. Where did we get up to here? Jump up to that. Ash says, currently syncing my Validator node on V4. So far, so good. Nice one, Ash. Well done. Let us know how you get on. Get into our Discord and post them. If you feel free to post some images, obviously privacy matters, but if you've got anything, let us know. Need a Linux knowledge, basics degree of it to get going. If you want to start one, says Ash. Now we have got stuff around the validators in useful links. I will probably upgrade that, update it with all the latest stuff. So I'll try and do that today. Thomas Turner says, please post any concerns or questions. Someone here can help. Nice one, Thomas. Prosology in house there. Yay, Jack Levin is going to try and make our fees go through the roof. Sweet. Hope transaction fees go up $1,000 each. Yeah. Well, that's already a top user on Pulsechain is the Zen minting, Zen NFTs and things like that. So it's only going to be a good thing. We want utilization and congestion. That's how you get to a valuable chain. It will start off cheap though at the beginning. Sandeep says, what do you think a snapshot has happened? We don't know. It's probably within the next few weeks is my guess. Is probably the best there as well. People have been warned. So the warnings have already gone out. So people have had 2 years to get their position. Let me put it that way. Crypto Compassion, how's there? Beach Love. Hey, nice to see you, Crypto Compassion. Good to see everybody. Who else is in here? Let's Go Superman, 100%. Coast equals bullish. Yeah, it's looking very good. Charity says South Dakota and Hawaii. Hey, thanks for that. I should have got the Hawaii one. South Dakota may have been a bit more difficult, but I should have got the Hawaii one there. Thank you very much, Charity, for clarifying that. Looking to relocate to Hawaii, possibly. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm surprised sometimes why a lot more Americans haven't gone to Hawaii. Thought that would be super bullish. I guess it's got volcanoes, so there's a trade-off. There's a trade-off there. Thomas says quiet weekend equals madness next 2 weeks. 100%. Could be absolute madness next 2 weeks. I've been live streaming 1-2 times a day, doing other videos as well. There's so much happening with the rollout of V4. And now we've got all this forward-looking stuff that looks very bullish. Yeah. And the price of Hex couldn't be better, right? I mean, man, getting in on the price of Hex at the moment. You split that into two. That's 3 cents, 3-cent Hex on both chains. Got to be good. And of course, if Pulse and PulseX rally big time, Hex is going to rally even more. It's going to be awesome, man. It's going to be awesome. Hawaii is far away. It is from you. It is from the East Coast. It is definitely from you. Brazil says Hawaii sucks, super expensive, nothing is close by, constantly raining, and if you ain't native, the natives hate you. That's funny, man. That is hilarious. But it looks so good in the movies. It looks so good with the hotels and the resorts, Briz. And what about Magnum PI? I'm dating myself now, but what about driving around a Ferrari around the coast? Looks pretty good too. All right, let's move on. Let's get into the second half of the live stream. We're gonna look at the markets and see how they're going. Let's get up there. So here we are, folks, with crypto on a coin Paprika. It's our new home base since Nomics went down. We've got the market cap at 1.255 trillion. We've got up almost 2% on the market cap today. So it's nice to see a bit of a bounce back. We've got BTC dominance just under 43%. We've got trade volume at 50 billion, which is, we were up at 75 billion for quite a bit of time. Recently, we were up 100 billion, so it's sort of down at 50 at the moment. Let's have a look at the BTC. BTC at 27,786, and we're up 2% on the 24-hour, but we're down 8% on the week there for Bitcoin. And of course, the failure to really stay over 30,500 and move higher really is a bit of an alarming situation. So it's so far at the moment still holding though, up here at the 27,700. But of course, you've got other people like Steph there talking about 23K BTC, and of course, others even lower than that. So we'll see how we get on there. Ethereum there at 1.17%. That's 1873. That's down 10% for the week. And I think Ethereum's way underpriced. I've heard people talk about the next bull market for Ethereum up in the tens of thousands of dollars. So, and I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, depending on how the congestion goes. It could become just a rich person's chain, which means that Pulsechain is going to be for the people. Pulsechain for the people. Yeah, I think so. Pulsechain is going to be for the people. Eventually, we'll get rich. I mean, Richard said that many times. Eventually, it will get pretty wealthy, and then maybe you have to fork the Pulsechain in 10 years or something. Who knows? We're obviously with having the proof of stake fork, we get to upgrade all the EIPs, so we can get all the full dank sharding if that comes along with the ZK rollups or whatever they're going to have set up for that. So that's all coming down the line as well. So that should make our pipe bigger and highway bigger, as it were, and more cars get on there. That's going to be great. And it's going to be electric cars because it's going to be proof of stake, right? It's not going to be proof of work. So it's not going to be electric cars. Pulsechain, electric cars, electric car highway on Pulsechain, Pulse gains. There we are. All right. We could see this thing. Hey, Elon Musk, partner with Pulsechain because we're going to have electric car highway. You can put your Teslas on there. How about that? All right, jokes aside, we've got BNB is at $3 up 3.5% at $332. Pretty much flat for the week. XRP is up 5% at 47 cents. Now, XRP is another thing that could spur an altcoin run, and that is because of the court case. And if they win that, that'd be very bullish for the crypto. So that's still coming ahead of us. We've got Cardano is up 3% to 39 cents, up down 12% for the week though. Hex there is up 1% at 6.1 cents, but down 21.33%. I saw someone say that Hex can, when the price is down 21% in a week and they're still smiling. How about that? Is that a good one? I saw that. I thought that was quite funny. Hex can, when the price is down 21%, but they're still smiling. That's pretty cool because in other crypto communities, they stop smiling, right? They stop smiling. We got OKB there is up a little bit there, 0.4% to $48 and down 12% for the week. So there we are. That's just the way it is at the moment. Top 10. Let's jump over to Hex and specialize in that. So Hex at the moment on the hourly, we're at 6.068 cents. This is the hourly profile. So we did get up overnight. We did get up to 6.2 cents. Now Toby One has just put out, I think Toby One's put out a price prediction on Twitter, so you can go check that out if you want to see his thoughts about the move down or move up. You can see that. But let's have a look at the 4 hourly. Have a quick look at that. There we go. On the 4 hourly, let's have a look at the RSI. We're not at the oversold point of view, but we're certainly skimming along the bottom there on the RSI. Let's go to the daily and have a quick look at that. Let's get rid of the overlays though. I think I was going to sneeze again. Don't know why that is. We got 6.006 cents there. The RSI skimming down the bottom towards as well, 39. Oh, I don't want to sneeze online, so trying to make sure I don't sneeze. All right, so 6.1 cents. That's kind of where we are. We're sort of skimming along the bottom of this 200 EMA. So you can see the 200 EMA there, sitting at 5.8 cents. So we're just above that at the moment. That's kind of cool. So that's where we are. Let's have a look at the 24 hours. We're up 0.5% almost, just over 0.5%. 196 buy trades, 64% of the trades are buys, and the volume there is 50-50. But it's saying here, they're showing that we're just ahead on the volume, so I'm not sure how that works, but it's certainly showing up here on the 24 hours there. Slightly ahead. We've got 7.7 million in liquidity. Let's have a look at the whale bot. And last 8 hours there, it looks like we had 3.4 million hex burn for 365 days, and that is it. That is it on the whale bot based on the whale bot here. Let me refresh it, make sure it hasn't changed anything. No, that was it. That's the only thing that happened on the whale bot there. Some burning of hex, which is cool. We like that. We like that. Win-win in hex, so we all win. It's pretty cool like that. All right, let's have a look at liquidity. Let's do a refresh on liquidity on the Uniswap and have a quick look at that. Let us go. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so we've still got that support. So no real change from me from yesterday, but we've got the support at 5.4 cents. And of course, we haven't really hit that, have we? We're pretty similar to yesterday. I mean, this looks very similar to what we were talking about yesterday when I was talking about this. We've got the bottom of the tranche here at just under 6 cents. And really, it just seems to be sitting here at the bottom here. And we've got this buy support of 5.4. So my analysis of the chart really hasn't changed since yesterday because you can see the price was pretty similar to yesterday. We're just bouncing off that. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so 5.6 to 5.8 cents is kind of my support range. We've got the on the horizontal. So we've also got that on the, let me just pull that up there. Yeah, so this is we've had these previous resistances on the horizontal, and we've had some support areas in that as well. So 5.6 to 5.8 is kind of the support. Plus we've got the EMA at 200 moving there. So that's kind of the support lines. Yeah, if we were to break down, we're talking of, about 5 cents is my breakdown point, and that's where we come up to the resistance here on the horizontals as well. So that would be that after that. And then that's pretty thin though, thin support there, 5 cents. And then of course we'd break down further after that. So that's the downside, but looks like we're holding here the last couple of days. So fingers crossed. It's a good place to get in. 2-for-1 deal, 3 cents on both chains, Pulsechain and Hex and Ethereum. So it couldn't be better for those that are kind of DCA in. It's a thank you very much. It's kind of a thank you, big thank you there. All right, let's go to Hedron. And Hedron here at the moment had a nice little pump yesterday on the day. There's the daily chart there. We pumped from 2256 all the way to 26661. And of course, yesterday had all those hundreds of, I think it was yesterday, 280, if I remember rightly at the time we did our view of the Hex HSI auction. So was that the third round? It's really, really amazing. T-share galore up for grabs. Great yield for everybody. And looks like the market's doing pretty well as well. So good stuff here on Hedron. Let's have a quick look at Acosa. Just before I go into that, Acosa at the moment is sitting at 60 cents. So Acosa's down a little bit there, but Hedron is looking very good, 2661. Let's have a look at the 24 hours. We had 97 buy trades versus 42 sells, so 69% of the trades have been buys, and the volume there, 440K over 201K, 68% buy volume. This is on the USD pair. Obviously, that's smaller than the Hedron Hex pair, but that is sitting at 728,000 in liquidity, looking pretty good as old Hedron. You need Hedron to go and bid on the Hex HSIs. Let me just go to the right chain and come down here and have a look. So how many? 2,452 Hex HSIs in the liquidation queue. It's definitely gone down a lot. So definitely eating up those in the auction house. We've got 155 in the auction house today. Man, oh man, good time to be in Hedron. I know there's quite a few videos going around about hedge-on strategies, and of course, you can discuss that on our Discord with Wookie and others that are big time into hedge-on ICOSA. So definitely going pretty well. Looks like they're all closed. They're all closed here. Look at them all. Billions of hedge-on burned. Look at this. Glorious billions of it. Burn. That's glorious. What a great day. Look at that. Billions and millions burned. Unbelievable. Look at that. OMG. No wonder the price is up. That's pretty awesome. That's fantastic. Wow, that's glorious. And that's just the page one. Let's go to page two. Page two there. OMG. So there's still some auctions up and running, but let's page two. Look at that. Billions and billions. Oh man, that's awesome. Crypto Sloth and the lads that are specialized in this community must be laughing themselves silly. Look at billions, 2 billions. Nice. 50 T-shares all up for grabs. MG, look at that. And people are still bidding for some of these closing in the next couple of minutes. 50 T-shares, 30 T-shares, 2.8 billion, 2 billion hedge-on. OMG, what a party. So, yeah, get into Discord if you want to chat about that after the live stream, because I'm sure that Wookie and others will get in there to talk about that. You got a few more coming up there. But, man, look at all these 50 T-shares galore there. What a great discount a lot of people are getting to. Obviously, do your own maths there. Now, Hex Model is one site you can go to. That's Dev Huey. Look into Hedron as another site. It has valuations, I think, as well. That's a Crypto Sloth site. So there's two sites there. They're in our useful links, I believe, as well. Could double check that Hedron's in there, but that's pretty much it. So like a boss, man. Now, I don't think we've got any updates around the Wattses today, at least not that I checked. So we're going to skip that. We're going to get the Hex Daily Stats, though. Before we do that, though, yes, we have got high Gwei. So someone mentioned high Gwei before. 50 Gwei on a Saturday, Sunday. Man, that's some crazy stuff there. That is the Gwei. UTC time, 37 minutes in the morning, 23rd on the Sunday, 50 Gwei. So, yeah, pretty hardcore. Let's go to money and have a quick look at money before we get in the Hex Daily Stats. Man, what a big show it has been today. We've got so much to talk about. It's insane in the membrane. Let's go to that, have a look at the last day. That's the last 7 days. The last 7 days, the average has been 45 Gwei, minimum 20 Gwei, maximum 218. Let's go to the daily, though. 36 average, 26 minimum, max 86. And you can see it's just ramped up over the weekend. Hey, it's not supposed to do that over the weekend. It's supposed to go down over the weekend. It's supposed to do that. But it's not listening to the market. It's not listening. All right, let's have a look at the burns here. Who are the burn culprits? Last day, Uniswap. Boo, Uniswap. Boo. Zen Crypto. Boo, Zen Crypto. Burn. V2, burn. Boo. Ethereum there. ETH transfers. Boo. Atribum there. 142. So some terrible stuff going on here. Some more Zen in there. Crypto Cell. MetaMask, boo. Blur, NFTs, blur, MEV bots, boo. They're all the ones there. More Zen there. Coin Tool, Uniswap V3. Man, these guys have a lot to be reckoned for. We've got more Zen there. So, yeah, blur. So lots of stuff down there. Burn leaderboard there. Boo to these people. Mate, hey, we're booing them, but come to Pulsechain. Boo, but come to Pulsechain. That's how you rock and roll. Anyway, so it's just the way it goes. Let's have a look at the time frame since Ethereum launched, so we're diverging here. 108,000 ETH has been burned so far, and you want those big burners, right? You want those big burners to come. And, of course, we're down to 120,412 current supply of Ethereum. And, yeah, we'd like to see that burn on Pulsechain, Pulse Gains. It's going to be pretty good. So watch that. Burn. And, of course, we're going to have 25 less inflation there on block reward. And, of course, we're going to have the EIP 1559 burn. The more congestions, more transactions, it's going to be party time. It's going to be absolutely off the roof. All right, let's jump away from that. A little digression there. Let's go to Hex Daily Stats, day 1237. We've got the day 22nd of the 4th of the press there, 6.1 cents up to 0.1%. We're currently, let's make sure I'm on the right day. We got the Hex payout per T-share 6.517. Now, Brazology talked about this earlier. He likes the payouts a lot, and we'll leave it at that. So I don't want to cause any conflict in the chat there. The share rate there is up 6.6 and 19.4 yesterday. We were up at 26,992. Now, remember, we're expecting the share rate to go all the way up to 31,000 So if we go to Hexfire, is it? Yeah, Hexfire. This is Crispy Man's site, and we'll have a look at his projections while we're here. Let's go to share rate, and let's jump on this chart here. Let's go full screen. So we're down here. This is where we are at the moment. So this is based on his predictions here, and so we're expected to ramp up by the end of the year, and by the end of the year 2023, we're expected to be at 31,194 on a share rate. So earlier pays better dramatically this year. We're really starting to ramp up here. So just take that into account. We have got some big steps. The biggest step here is going to be in August. So if you're going to do T-shares, make sure you get them staked before that, because it's going to jump up quite dramatically at that time. And I think it's 400. Oh no, wait a minute. 500. Yeah, maybe 500 Hex jump there. And there's another big jump there in October. So August and October, expect some big jumps based on these predictions here. So that's kind of cool. All right. Average mining net 6.92 years. The APY there is 38.52%. The Hex in the pool's gone down from 127 million to 114 million. The dollars are at 3.542 million, up a bit from yesterday. And the ETH pool, they're up to 803 from 681. So it's climbing. T-share pool down 11,000, almost 12,000 T-shares. There's only 10 million and 17,000 T-shares. And of course, we're all trying to see whether it's going to go down below 10 million. I still think it's going to be a little while away. And the reason why I say that is because if we go to the global share rates, the T-shares that are mining Hex at the moment, we can see that we've got a couple of candles that are coming out, but really they're dropping off. And then we start getting bigger candles back on the 29th of April into the beginning of May. And that's sort of the front run there. So the last big candle is on the 19th of May there, 416 million. We've got this biggest candle here on the 6th of May. That's 590 million Hex at the moment. By the time we get to the 19th of May, we've got 247,000 T-shares. So we'll see whether we get there. It may not be until late April that we may get below that 10 million possibly. We'll see what happens there. And then, of course, we've only got these two big candles further out. 24th of July, we've got 407 million. The 3rd of September, we've got 621 million as well. By the time we get out to this point, we've got 575,000 T-shares coming out. That's the crimson line in the back there. You can see going up there. And then it's kind of big gaps between that before the end of the year. So this goes right the way through to the 21st of December. You can see there's quite a few gaps in there. And we expect the front of this wave to keep T-share mining. Some may sell, some of them may just hold. You just never know. Pulsechain's coming. We'll see what happens here. Now, Pulsechain comes in. Let's say Pulsechain comes in by here. Then most of this stuff will be out. Let's say if we had a Pulsechain Mainnet by the 7th of May, that would be, the weekend on the Sunday. Then we'd have most of this stuff out. Be interesting to see. And if it restaked, then a Pulsechain, that'll be fun. Anyway, so jokes aside, let's move on. All right, let's go to the lock percentage of coins, 9.54%. We got penalties today. Yay, over 1 million, 1.4 million. But we have had relatively low penalties for about 20 days almost. So it's a good day in the office. 65.3 million in payout. Kind of neat. 50% of this. Very good. Growth in the numbers. We're up 109 liquid holders of Hex, up to 331,614. New miners, T-share miners, up 9 to 120,678. Get out and spread the good word, of course. Man, what a great time to get into Hex. Pulsechain, copies on Pulsechain, earning those sweet rewards in Hex. It's pretty glorious. So spread the good word. To change in total holders, up 211 there to 553,880. So those are the top holders numbers. So growing like a boss. Highest stakes expected to come out. That's getting closer and closer, isn't it? And we saw that video yesterday, that promo teaser with Alex McFurter there getting the rundown with RG3 and Big K. And man, they looked excited. They looked impressed. And I think that 40-piece music score has got to be good, right? It's got to be good. So very, very bullish there. So that is the daily Hex stakes. Man, we've covered everything. We're looking good here. Let's go look at the Hex chart. What an opportunity in hand there. Let me go back to daily, actually. There's an opportunity. What an opportunity to pick up Hex for Pulsechain. Awesome. Now, let's see where we go here. We've got a couple more comments, so we're going to get into that. We're up to an hour 15, which is normally my wrap-up time. We've got a few minutes, though. We'll keep going. Let's see where we're up to. Sandy Beach says Hex Token, there's a new Magnum PI reboot, lol. Yeah. I think I have seen a little bit of that. I've seen the image of it. I haven't seen the actual TV series if it's running. I just want to go, why do you get the state checked off, lol, says Sandy Beach. Yeah. I just want to go to one of the beaches and hang out on the beach. That'd be pretty nice. I have a friend that lives there. He tells me the prices of stuff, and it's like, damn. No wonder everyone is in poverty over there, right? Okay, that's not great, but yeah, at least it's beautiful, right? It's a bit like that. There are no stupid questions when it comes to Hex, Pulsechain, and PulseX. Actually, when it comes to your financial future, never a stupid questions. Excellent choice. Well said. Sandy Beach says Hawaii 5.0 was a good show. I don't know if I've watched that, but yeah, that's definitely an old classic there, isn't it? We all set, says excellent choice. We are here in a great time. Our futures are bright. That is true. That is true. Rocket time, says Crypto Compassion, 100%. Let me just jump through some of these comments. Jump through some of those. Groot says, I'm out to eat with the girls. Just saying hi. Superman rocks. Hey, Groot, appreciate that. Have a great time. Very nice. What else we got going here? We got Thomas Jenner says, night all, have had fun. Hey, you too, Thomas. All right, so I think we're going to wrap up on that. What else? I had something else to say. Was it? I can't remember. I hope just get into Discord if you want to chat around Hedron Icosis. It looks like it's going really awesome there. Let us know in the chat there, like in the Discord, if you've picked up any cool HSI in the auction. Be pretty cool as well. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Catch me for the tomorrow for the same time, same Superman channel, and of course here on Hex Token. And I will catch you guys later on. That is the Discord. Thank you for posting that, lies beneath. And yeah, if you want to join this channel, hit the join button. We've got Pulsechain, Hexskins, Rich Art Club. Just an easy way of supporting the channel. Our Discord is free. All the information in there is covering everything in the Richard Hart gold and crypto, Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex, and of course all the ecosystem projects, airdrops, and everything else. We try to keep up to date too. And what else am I going to say? Is that it? I think so. Let's finish up the show and let's play out some music, because you guys know I love a bit of music. It's always a great way to finish. So let's play out some of that. We're going to play my favorite rap song. Let's do it. Actually, let's play a different song today. We'll play a different song. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Well, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. And occasionally I think back to that twerk, Richard Hart bringing his game. Well, I didn't make the sacrifice 'cause I came too late, but day one I'm still making it rain. Oh, I drifted off again at work, thinking about Pulsechain. I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about PulseX. Won't be long before I'm going to bed, wearing a Rolex. There's so much to love about it, I can't pick my favorite. It's almost better than sex. Well, oh, I woke up in a sweat last night, dreaming about PulseX. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your hats. Might as well start with 5555, a financial suplex. Generational wealth is just a click away. It's a Nobel Prize worthy flex. If you wanna be set up for life, you better stake your hats. A financial suplex, a Nobel Prize worthy flex. You better stake your hats.
54. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is already better.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
$4,000x gains was a lot in 600 days. Soon it's going to be past 10,000. And I remember when I made the Hex website and I said, you know, this was designed to do a 10,000x return in a year and a half or 2.5 years. Everyone said it was a scam. It was impossible. How dare you design something with the intention of becoming valuable? Well, that's what business is. By design, business is the creation of value for shareholders. So every business is trying to create and accrue value. And I'm honest and open about it. And I said, I want to design the highest appreciating asset that's ever existed. And then we did it, and it's working. And I think we'll be past 10,000x very soon. And then will I hear apologies from all those people that said evil things about me? Let me tell you the difference between me and everyone else in cryptocurrency. I'm a self-help author that gives away free books to try and make your life better. I give away free videos with the ads turned off on YouTube. They're not allowed to show ads on my videos. Who else is doing that in cryptocurrency? I tell you to stop drinking, stop trading, you know, call your mom. I tell you to live a good, wholesome life. And who else in crypto is doing that? Everyone else in crypto wants to see you get wrecked margin trading. That's the only revenue they have. So, you know, it's a self-help author doing everything for free, giving you free coins, free books, free videos, free advice, living the dream, just raised $27 million for charity. Has anyone else from cryptocurrency raised $27 million charity that wasn't me? No, it's just me. I'm the best person in cryptocurrency. And I'm working my way up to maybe be the best in the world, but it's going to take a while. There's a lot of people out there. Light the candles. I'll light these candles at $1 on Hex. That's the next time I'm lighting. Yeah.